Hello everyone, it's AJ, and today it's Monday. And you know what that means? It's Manga Monday! Yay! So, after the trauma that was last week's Manga Monday, yeah, still hurting by the way. Oh, it fucking hurts. I decided to pick a nicer manga because I think we deserve something nice and fluffy and, well, not as traumatizing, let's just say. So, I picked up a cute little story called Love and Focus. So, I actually have the omnibus edition, but this does come in 3 volumes. The only reason why I found out it came in an omnibus was because I had been trying to get the volumes for ages. Like, I wanted, like, the first volume for, like, maybe about a year and a half or something like that. I'd seen it. But then I could never get the first volume. And then literally went into Waterstones one day and it was like, oh, here we go. Here's the whole collection. And I was just like, are you serious? So, I bought it. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. It's in one. It's easier and technically works out a lot cheaper because each volume was like a tenner and I got this for like £16. So, instead of £30, I paid £16. I worked out better. So, basically, it's a photography kind of manga. And basically, it is... I love Triangle, I'm not going to lie, literally. Just by the cover, yeah. I ain't going to lie. And it's basically, will the lassie pick her childhood best friend, or the new guy that she meets when she moves into this dorm? Yeah, it's that kind of story. It's a nice story, don't get me wrong. There's still some sad elements because obviously it's me. I always seem to attract them. But anyway, basically, what happens is this lassie is like in love with photography. Like, she's so good at it, like she has such a huge passion for it, and basically had developed it from her grandfather, who was like a famous kind of photographer and whatnot. And then unfortunately one day he passes away, and the only thing that kind of got her through was still like basically carrying on the craft. And it gets to a point where basically she moves into a dorm for her high school because she was like traveling a lot and whatnot, and because of the death she didn't really feel comfortable staying at home, so basically she moves into the dorm with her old best friend, or childhood best friend, who also just happens to be in a photography club because basically he picked up the passion because of her. Oh, you can see how this is going. So she moves into a dorm with lots of other students from her school and whatnot, and then joins the photography club because basically all of them in the dorm are in the photography club, bar this lovely little guy. Well, there is reasons. I should probably introduce the characters, like, so that you can have some names for it, because that would be useful, AJ. Right, so, main lassie is Mako, her childhood best friend is called Kai, and the mysterious guy that stays in the dorm that isn't part of the photographer club is called Amimura. There we go, introductions. Yay, I actually did something right for once. Shock. So, the first time that Mako meets Amimura doesn't go off to the greatest start, unfortunately. Basically, Amimura doesn't really socialise well with anyone else, kind of keeps to himself, and really makes it out there that he really hates photography. So obviously, on that front, they're not gonna get on well because obviously she fucking loves it. Also, she has no impulse control, and that makes it worse when she just, like, looks at him and goes like, oh, you'd be nice to photograph. Boom. Takes a photograph. Amimura just freaks the fuck out because he really doesn't like his photos taken. And that is basically how their, well, I would say friendship starts, but it's not really a friendship in the beginning. Spoiler alert, they do become closer. Oh, shock. Oh, wait, a love, like, story becomes, like, they get closer? No. But anyway, But in the beginning, she literally keeps trying to take photos of him, despite the fact that he says he hates it. Like, she honestly just disrespects the fact that he doesn't want his photo taken. All the while, her best friend Kai is basically... I was about to say try and fire into her, but that's so bad. Oh, so... can't believe I just said that. So, Kai is basically... trying to move things forward in their friendship and basically trying to develop it, let's just say, because, well, they're teenagers, they're at that age, and basically Kay really, really likes her. And he's always liked her and whatnot. Basically, the reason why he got into photography was because of her, and he still carried it on because of her. And basically, like, he competed against her to try and get validation off of her, so that she could see him more like an equal and whatnot. It's teenagers being teenagers. What do you expect? They're moody and they're horny. There we go. And Mako has no fucking clue, because all she cares about is photography. Literally all she fucking cares about. Like, literally, at one point, like, spoiler alert, they kind of start dating. And I say dating because she's not really thinking it properly. Like, she doesn't know how to be in a relationship, and she doesn't really... I was about to say, she doesn't really care. It's not the forefront of her mind. And Kai knows this. Like, he literally knows that photography is the one and only thing that lives in her brain. And yet he tries. Obviously, with it being the love triangle, obviously, there's drama. Because there's always drama. So, Mako eventually tries to, like, make up to Amamura and whatnot. And then they kind of get more understanding, let's just say. I think that's the best way to kind of put it. They get more understanding of each other, and then he kind of realizes, like, oh shit, I actually kind of like you. It's like, fuck. He tries to hide the fact that he likes her and whatnot, but Kai's, like, picked it up. So that is literally the rivalry between those two guys now. So, like, we have Kai and Naimura literally trying to get Mako's attention. And like I said, Mako has no fucking clue. She's so immune to everything. Because the only thing that matters is having a camera. Like, Amamura literally tries to, like, avoid her and everything like that. Try not to spend time with her. And then, because Kai then, like, brings it up, it's like, hey, by the way, you better stay away from her because she's mine. And then that's it. That's, oh no. The gauntlets are down now. And Amamura just goes, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to bring my game on. There's literally a point where, like, Mako and Amamura are literally in the room together, and Amamura just literally comes out and straight up says, it's like, you know, it's not a good idea for us two to be alone in my room. It's like, damn, boy, where did this come from? But it's literally just because he's going against Kai. Like, honestly. Because I think even at this point, like, Mako and Kai are, like, kind of together. Like, they're a couple. So I think that makes it even worse. And the fact, like, you've got a boyfriend, you're alone with me in my room. That's a dangerous situation. It's just like, for fuck's sake. Honestly, horny teenagers. But I'm not going to spoil, like, the ending. I'm not going to spoil, like, who she gets with and whatnot. But, like, I will say that her and Kai do break up, and then, like, she tries to figure out who she actually wants to be with. Like, because she realises that she's not really certain while she's with him, and it's not really fair on him. So, that's fair. But the more she learns about, like, Amamura and whatnot, like, obviously the conflicts kind of come in, because she's always known, like, about Kai and whatnot. And obviously it's like, oh, you're my long-term best friend. Like, she could understand seeing him like that, if that makes sense. Especially because, like, the other kind of housemates kind of push to be like, so yous are dating, right? And it's like, well, you brought her all the way over here, like surely you must be like dating, or like you must be interested and all that. It's like, you just can't just be good friends, you know? So yay, pushy roommates. So the mangaka for this one is Yoko Nogiri, and their work, oh, see, their art style is so nice. It's very good for this kind of genre, like very cute, very like pretty boys, very pretty girls, like especially in this one because it's all about photography and whatnot. Like the artwork's really nice and really emphasizes like the beauty within like photography and just like capturing that like good angle or like that good shot. So it's a very easy read, like it's very like nice to look at and just it flows really nicely within like the story. So yeah, so if you quite like we love triangles and it's not problematic or anything like that, there isn't anything dodgy or anything like that, it's just simple basic love story like in high school with horny teenagers that don't go too far, which is very nice. Then love and focus, especially if you like photography, because especially obviously with it being a photography club and all that and focuses around photography, it gives you a nice wee insight into like the industry and whatnot. So yeah, so if this sounds like something up your street, then I would recommend picking it up. It's just a sweet story, easy story, can't go wrong with that. Especially when you read fucking Bunko Stray Dogs. Anyway, it's perfect for me because within this mayhem of Manga Mondays, it's definitely something to lighten it off. Especially when, after my declaration last week, being like, hey, I'm just going to pick nice things for the rest of the May. Here's a spoiler alert, the last one in May is not going to be happy. I'm going to just torture myself once again, because it's meant to be mayhem. I might as well start with mayhem and end with mayhem and just have some nice little sweetness in between. I think that's fair. So hopefully you'll join me for this mayhem of a journey through different manga genres. So last week we had Trauma, here is Cute Little Love Story. Next week I am going to bring you some shonen. Woo! Got some weird ass fantasy things. So look forward to that. And then if my plan goes correctly, then the following week will be a BL. So we're going through different kind of genres. And then it's just back to horror. Then it's horror basically for the last week. It's horror. Oh my god, it's a horror. So anyway, that was Manga Monday. And something's a hell of a lot lighter than last week. I actually wanted to do a music manga, but it turns out I don't have any apart from Given, but like everyone knows about Given. There's no point doing Given, and I only own the first two because I've been having problems trying to buy them, even though I've read like up to volume 6 anyway, so that doesn't really mean anything. But because it's Eurovision and I wanted to do something music themed and I can't because there's none that are music themed. I don't have music themed fucking manga, which is really weird. I don't know why I don't have more music manga. But anyway, I'm gonna quit rambling because that's just obviously what I do. So anyway, until next time, I'm AJ and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Fuck. Oh, quick note. Comment down below. What do you think I'm going to talk about, and what do you think the pain is going to be at the end of the month? Bonus points if you can guess why. Let's just say it relates to the first one of the month. And that's all I'm saying. Yay! See ya!